Team back to life. Oh, hi. Hey guys, it's your favorite premarital marital counselor, wedding officiant, 7 principles of making marriage work, Gottman leader, sex educator, marriage bootcamp coach, Mocha Marriage Facilitator, and so much more. If this is your first time here on this platform, dive in, lock in. Let's go with these mental health tips, sex education tips, relationship tips. Um, Mental health is what I'm on right this moment. And we're talking about mindfulness. So I practice CBT, DBT, and a slew of other genres of mental health. But let's talk about mindfulness skills, right? And I did a live maybe a couple of days ago, I believe, or was it yesterday? I don't remember. I think it was yesterday. Talking about mindfulness. So I wanted to dive a little bit deeper, right? And we talked about um being in a wise mind, right? Mindfulness skills are so very important. It can be so very helpful, especially when you're always in your head. And when you're in your head, it causes stress, right? Because you overthink things, you worry about things, you rehearse conversations. And there's always something that we need to plan out, right? And research tells us that when you live in the moment, that is, getting out of your head and being consciously aware of your surroundings, you will usually feel happier and experience less stress. With enough practice, you can really learn to better control your thoughts and your feelings. And so I'm here just to give you a few techniques, right? I talked about improve. That was one way to remember. Now I'm just going to talk about the five senses: vision, hearing, touch, taste, and smell, right? And the goal of a mindful activity is to be present in that very moment, right? If you notice that your mind consistently wanders, this is the type of activity that you want to do. So this can be like your commute home, while you're completing chores at the house. A lot of times when I get into sex therapy, I have to get a lot of my women to be in the moment. Stop worrying about dishes and the children. And did I put the laundry up? And is there still something in the oven? And be present in the moment. And these type of activities help with all different types of anxiety and stress, and being able to be present in that moment. So let's talk about vision real quick. Let's think about as you leave your home, you immediately notice like the bright blue sky, right? The trees and the empty or very vigorous streets, right? And then you pay close attention to the flowers on the sidewalk, and the breeze coming through, or the rain smell in the air. Even though we're talking about vision, the rain starts to come down, and you just sit there in that moment, right? Just notice everything around you, right? The cars. Sometimes my people that start to practice mindfulness and they get focused on the vision part become some of the best experts for the FBI, the CSI, the police department, all kinds of things, right? So that's vision, right? So let's talk about hearing. We're talking about being outside, right? And think about each time the breeze passes, you can hear the leaves rustling in the wind. And occasionally you'll hear like the hums of the car or a horn on the nearby street, just zooming past you or something. The birds chirping somewhere, right? Sometimes you hear the kids playing outside, right? I can also remember distinctly that the kids used to bounce balls on the basketball court around the corner from my apartment. So I would hear that outside. Be conscious and be aware of the moment, right? So let's talk about touch. Think about, again, we're being outside, the warmth of the sun, or the coolness of the breeze. Or it could be both, it could be the sun glaring, but the breeze is going, right? Or maybe the rain is falling, like I said in the vision part, and you feel the droplets of rain, right? Maybe if you're barefoot, let's think about walking on the beach in the sand and you putting your toes in the sand. Or some of my country people, we go outside with our no shoes on. Think about how you feel on the pavement. Think about how your tennis shoes, or any type of shoes, feel on that pavement, right? What can you touch outside, right? We were talking about the leaves rustling, right? That's what we heard. But what about touching the leaves or touching that tree, right? You just never know. Sometimes you hear the dogs barking outside. What if we go touch one of the neighbor's dogs, or touch your dog if you're walking the dog, whatever the case may be, right? Taste. You stop to pick up maybe a coffee on your walk, or now we're outside at Starbucks sitting and drinking our coffee, and you want to just savor everything. Think about all of the like I like to go to Sonic sometimes and get like a Nerds drink, and I think about, I put peach and I put mango and sometimes grape, and sometimes one of my besties, she puts coconut in hers. Think about all of the different tastes and savor the taste of your food, your drinks, whatever it is, right? And sometimes water has no taste, but if you put an additive in there, think about how that water tastes going down your throat, right? You're sitting in being aware of the moment, right? Let's think about smells, right? When the breeze floats by, you might catch the smells of flowers and trees. And as you continue to walk down, you might smell cut grass. If we're sitting at Starbucks, you're going to smell coffee, right? But then sometimes I smell, if I'm sitting on the patio at Starbucks, I smell gasoline because I'm smelling the cars, or I smell the oil, right? Or sometimes I'm smelling myself because I put on some of my oils, some pink sugar or some gold, whatever. I can't think of what he calls it, golden sands oil. I get it from this oil guy. He's amazing. But think about all of the things that you smell, right? And you let it waft into your nose. But we're staying in the moment, right? And that can be an amazing, amazing grounding technique, right? And so when you go about your life, and it's really normal for you to think about things and feel things and experience, and they come and go quickly outside of your awareness. Sometimes you might say or do something because of how you feel, without noticing the process that influenced you. During mindfulness meditation, you create awareness of those processes by mentally taking a step back from yourself and identifying your thoughts, your feelings, and physical sensations. So, meditation, you want to find a place free of too much noise or distraction to practice. You sit down on a cushion or the floor or in a chair, and you want to sit up straight to allow easy breathing, but not so straight that you're like so uncomfortable. And then you turn your focus towards your breathing, right? And we did this in that improve exercise. Notice the feeling of the breath entering your body and the way it exits your lungs. Pay attention to how your body feels and what it's like when your breath exits, right? And continue to focus on just your breathing. And as you practice, your mind will wonder, right? I said that in the last slide. Try not to judge your thoughts. Simply accept what's happening. Notice as like think about it as you're having an outer body experience. I'm having a thought. The same goes for feelings. If you detect sadness or worry, happiness or excitement, notice how you feel in your body. Allow what you're feeling, even if it's uncomfortable sensation. Simply notice, I'm feeling this way. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling amazing, right? And when that thought or that feeling passes, return your focus to your breathing and your body, right? And I know I'm saying all of this fast, but I want you to think about what I'm saying. And then try to practice this for at least 10 to 15 minutes. If you are more than experienced, you want to kind of aim for 30 minutes, right? So you've taken it from 10 to 15 minutes to 30 minutes. But this takes practice. This takes time. And that's just a mindful meditation. So if you're going to do this, follow those steps. Save this, like, share, to someone that may need this, right, guys? You know, somebody that's stressed out or can't seem to focus, send this to them. Again, my name is Candy J. I am your favorite premarital marital counselor. Mental health counselor, marriage boot camp coach, all of those amazing things. Come back so that you can get more mental health tips, more marriage tips, more relationships, more mindfulness tips. Have a wonderful Tuesday.